Winston now from the 50. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Jameis now on first down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. So after the INT, it's Bortles. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Bortles. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
Let's go. Throw left. 11.
Bortles now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Pass incomplete. Darrell Roberts right there on the coverage.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Buying time to his left. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league. But the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Green 80. Green 80.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. This is caught. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are just an extra point away from grabbing the lead now. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Bortles now to throw. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D. Ford in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
372.
Now Bortles steps away to his left. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing is Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defenders...
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius. I do admire that he went for it.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And the Jaguars getting set to go. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 38.
11B, 11B. Move.
To throw is Bortles. He's going to sling this deep down, and this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Lucy.
Bortles now on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. And when it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Ready. You ready. Let's go.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the foot.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Malik Jackson in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Sanders here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down, Winston. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah,
they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. The give is to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run it with Jones. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
11B.
Throwing now is Bortles. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 7-yard gain. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Bortles now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Move.
Bortles going to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
372. 4 down. Move. Move. To the left.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
11. Move. 372. At 54, Ricky. 3 to 10.
To throw, it's Bortles. And the pressure gets to him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Emmanuel Sanders. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Well, they got the ball already. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. There's the Penn State man, it's Chris Godwin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Spread right, 72.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Lucy. 372. Lucy. Hank.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is. But how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. He's going to fire. They've got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Sanders has it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Give to Jones. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ito Smith, his first carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And an alley to run. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And this is back to a 5-point game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Flush to us. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Ready. Blue ready. Sonic.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Winston again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone that...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Seferian-Jenkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jameis to throw it. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it hit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes... The Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Left side here to Sanders. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards there and a 1st down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a give to Smith. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Smith. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. He's got Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this one is incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number, but 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Looking long for West. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. On 3rd down. It's Cohen, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Hurry up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Still fighting for more. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.